Hey guys, check it out. You're watching Jonathan Clark on YouTube. Oh no. You guys are the best fans in the world. You know that, right? Hands down, you are the best fans in the world. I may only have 1,600 plus subscribers, but I believe that I have the best fans in the world. And I wouldn't rather be anywhere else tonight, only behind this microphone, talking, producing this content for each and every one of you who love it so much. I have realized over the last year that all of you love Descendants and Zombies content. I talk about everything Descendants, Zombies, pop culture related, but I know that at least 90% of the subscribers that are here are because of Descendants and Zombies. So I find that really cool that Descendants and Zombies, these two franchises, have brought us all together in such an unbelievable way. I will never forget the impact that Descendants and Zombies as two franchises have had on my life. Because without Descendants and Zombies, none of you would be here. So I realize as a creator of this content, I have to give you what you want because it keeps you coming back and it keeps each and every one of you happy. And I can personally guarantee that you will not hear that from any other YouTube creator out there over a podcast microphone. Thank you so much for being here. If you get a minute, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, share this video, because I have a message. And that message is that every dream is achievable no matter what that dream is. No matter how difficult that dream may seem to be to obtain or achieve, every dream is possible. I don't care if it's joining the cheerleading squad. I don't care if it's joining the football team. I don't care if it's to aspire to be the next Disney star. Every dream is possible. And there are millions of people like you watching this video who could find this video if you hit the subscribe button, because it comes down to the people who are subscribed. If your subscribers are interested in your content that you're distributing, then other people will be suggested the videos through YouTube recommendations in the algorithm. This has been an amazing experience for me. 30 years ago, when I was creating content, I started talking about things like pop culture, music, movies, professional wrestling. Many of you may know me as a professional wrestling podcaster. I've been doing it for over 25 years. I took a brief reprieve from it 7 years ago in 2018, and you guys have brought me back from the dead. You dug me out of a grave, literally, and brought me back. And as far as I'm concerned, you guys may love Descendants and Zombies, but you guys would not rather anybody else narrating this content for you more so than me. You guys love me to death, and I can't thank you enough for that. And I've realized that Descendants and Zombies has a huge impact on all of your lives. So there's no place in the world I'd rather be than sitting behind this microphone in this chair, which may be falling apart, but there's no place I'd rather be in the world than doing these videos for each and every one of you because you love it so much. I know there are so many people out there who are fans of Dove Cameron. I mean, there are hardcore Dove Cameron fans out there. There are just as hardcore fans out there of Kylie Cantrell and Ruby Rose Turner. And I love that because now this new franchise from Descendants has created diversity. You know, 90% of the population who are Descendants and Zombies fans aren't just fans of Dove Cameron. They're also fans of Kylie Cantrell because they remember her from the High School Musical series on Disney+. They remember her from Raven's Home. They remember her from Bizarre Bark and her recurring role. And they remember her from Gabby Duran and The Unsittables. I just ran it back for you. And we also remember Dove Cameron from shows such as Liv and Maddie, which was really what got her start after everything she had to endure in her personal life and professionally as well. I was the biggest fan of Descendants 10 years ago. You know, 10 years ago, where was I? I was sitting at home. I saw the premiere of Descendants. Really, the first thing I saw was the original trailer for Descendants, which I'm going to be showing you in this video. And it was an amazing, amazing trailer 10 years ago. I think one of the trailers I saw, I don't know if I can find the original trailer featuring the original Disney villains that the VK kids were inspired by, but I remember seeing the original trailer and thinking it was so incredible because you had Dove Cameron, who was inspiring to be Maleficent's daughter. You had Sophia Carson inspiring to be the Evil Queen's daughter, who had no backstory whatsoever. Because the Evil Queen had no backstory whatsoever if you were to do your research about Snow White. She was just kind of there. Kind of like how the Queen of Hearts and Alice in Wonderland was kind of just there. So people like Sophia Carson and Kylie Cantrell had nothing to run with. absolutely nothing to run with. It kind of reminds me of me as an aspiring podcaster 30 years ago. I had this little, really crappy microphone. I had no understanding of what a podcast actually took until I researched what Winamp and Shoutcast were. And they were the most pathetic programs you ever had to rely on. And now, 30 years later, technology is so advanced, I can only wish that I had a Logitech Brio camera to record my opinions about Hannah Montana 20 years ago, because I would have 1 million subscribers right now. When Hannah Montana was at the heights of its popularity, I just had a call-in service for a radio program that was done in mono. It was anything but stereo quality. And you would call into blogtalkradio.com and you would record your thoughts for up to 3 hours maximum. They would give you an additional hour. Your show could only be up to 2 hours. And they would give you an additional hour to say your piece. And then you would hang up the phone and listen to it back in mono quality and do the best you could to distribute it. Now you have YouTube ever since 2005. And I can only wish that if I would have had YouTube and a Logitech Brio camera years ago, I would have had 1 million subscribers talking about Hannah Montana, because believe you me, I was the biggest Hannah Montana in the world. Peyton List is not the only one inspired by Hannah Montana. Hailey Bieber is not the only one inspired by Hannah Montana. I was forever in love with Miley Cyrus and Hannah Montana. And actually, I had a friend a couple of days ago ask me if I had Hannah Montana's contact information and her Facebook page. Because I think everybody who ever was a fan of that generation when Disney was at the heights of its popularity was a fan of Hannah Montana. This is what these two franchises put me in mind of. The success of Dove Cameron, Kylie Cantrell, Ruby Rose Turner, and Meg Donnelly from Zombies. That's what it puts me in mind of. It's unbelievable. You guys blow my mind every single time. How you come out by the millions for these conventions. You support it like you never ever believed in anything else more than this. And here's the thing. A couple of days ago, people were jumping down the throats of the creators and the directors of the Place to Be music video, which was just a music video put together, a 4-minute scene to introduce you to the Daywalkers and the Nightwalkers from the Zombies 4 Dawn of the Vampires movie, which will premiere globally on July 11th and on Disney Channel on July 10th. I really appreciated that, but obviously I'm the only critic online who understood what the whole concept of the Place to Be musical number was. That whole score's purpose was to introduce you to a whole new group of individuals premiering in Zombies for the first time ever. Nobody had ever seen this in the Zombies franchise. And everybody was criticizing it, so I said I got to do something about this. So the same day when I wasn't planning to throw up a second video, I recorded an 18.5-minute long video about my thoughts on, Zombies Dawn of the Vampires in this music video, focusing on that primarily. I ran into a lot of copyright issues, so I said, what am I going to do? I have no footage, couldn't show the music video, so I found this Zombies trailer to show you, and I threw it up, and less than 24 hours later, the next morning, I woke up, I was like, holy shit, I think it was 1,000 views in less than 24 hours, and I was mind blown, because all of you loved my video more than you did somebody else. That was absolutely incredible. I think I was like the #1 reviewed video of that music video, because everybody, the thing these critics don't understand is they think they can get on there and say whatever they want and get away with it. And, right off into the sunset, which is setting right now, actually, and it's very beautiful. I love recording videos at dusk because it really sets off the lights and all my thoughts are together. They think they can say what they want right after the sunset, but the thing is, they can't. Because what they have to realize is that there are so many people from all different walks of life, so many different age demographics, who this Descendants franchise appeals to, who this Zombies franchise appeals to. When I was 7 years old, I didn't have much to go by. I had Are You Afraid of the Dark? The original Are You Afraid of the Dark knows what I'm talking about, produced by DJ McLean. And he did such an unbelievable job with that he would terrify you to shut your eyes at night. Either that, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the Power Rangers, or The Simpsons is what you had. You had Pokemon by the early thousands, but, I was a teenager by then. And I was really into developing, podcasts and stuff at the time. But The thing was, you didn't really have much pop culture related. There was no Taylor Swift. There was no Ariana Grande. There were no hit shows like iCarly, Sam and Cat. There were no hit movie franchises like Descendants and Zombies, because everything was so original. Back in 1993, the first movie I ever saw was Dennis the Menace, or the Flintstones, that were inspired by cartoons that were really crappy animation. So that's really all you had to go by. But now you have so many things to be inspired by that are inspiring you to either stand up to bullying, which I have a tremendous amount of respect for Zombies for doing, or to achieve every dream that you ever thought possible in life. And I concur with that. I concur with that purpose of these franchises, because no other franchise, with the exception of Hannah Montana, which we're talking about 2 decades ago, ever promoted for anybody. And that's why Miley Cyrus went down as one of the greatest stars of all time. And that is why Dove Cameron and Kylie Cantrell will go down as some of the greatest stars of all time. And that is why my review of the Place to Be music video was one of the highest rated on YouTube, with over 1,000 plus views in less than 24 hours. And it beat out some of the videos that had like 3,500 views and less than 129. I thought I saw 4 or 5 of them. Then I heard some radio interviews that people were doing, commentaries on it, and they were kind of making fun of what the next creatures would be that would premiere, the next characters that would premiere by Zombies 5, because they believed they were running out of characters. Here's the thing. With franchises like Descendants, you have a lot of folk literature, which there are endless amount of characters, and with a franchise such as Zombies, there is so much of a creative opportunity with vampires, werewolves, witches, and so many supernatural characters that have yet to premiere in this, that the possibilities are endless. So do I think we'll see Zombies 5, 6, 7? Do I think we'll see Descendants 6, 7, 8? Sure. Why not? As long as it's generating millions of people on social media platforms such as Facebook, X, Instagram, as long as the conversation is at an all-time high, why not? Because I'm sitting here 25 years into this gig, and I'm just as big of a fan of Descendants and Zombies as each and every one of you. And I believe in it. You better believe I believe in it just as much as each and every one of you, and just as sure as the sun is setting on all of our lives. I will never ever quit on either one of you, ladies and gentlemen, because of what you believe in. I will never ever quit on what you're aspiring to be, and I will always be here to push the points of Descendants out over this microphone, more so than probably any other critic. I won't call myself a critic because that's just disrespectful, or more so than any other person who's ever been a columnist on his radio show. God, these critics really get me fired up. I haven't been this fired up since I read the negative reviews of Snow White, which, believe it or not, I found a lot of positive things in. And I'm still finding positive things in that. And 10 years after the success of the original Descendants trilogy, I'm still finding positive things in that. And I'm finding positive things in The Rise of Red, even with how much the critics hated it, because the critics did hate it. Which is why I say, you fans are some of the most loyal, some of the most unbelievable, and by far some of the most dedicated that I have ever seen in my life. The meet and greets, the comments you leave on social media, how you're there just to support it, and how you will never ever quit. It is unbelievable. A prime example of how you never ever quit is when I was gone for 7 years. You guys missed me that much that you would wait by your computers every single day for me to post a video about Descendants, because you didn't want to hear anybody else's narrative opinion on it other than me. And as far as I'm concerned, to this day, if I'm not the one narrating the opinion about Descendants and Zombies and putting it over a podcast microphone, you don't care about anybody else's opinion because it's not mine. And I respect you so much for that. It is unbelievable. If it's not me that you're hearing say that he loves Ruby Rose Turner, that he's admired by Dove Cameron or Kylie Cantrell, you don't want to hear anybody else's commentary. And without you, the reality of this is, without you, none of this can happen. You're the reason I have over almost 2,000 subscribers. You're the reason why this YouTube channel is very rapidly approaching 10,000 views, You're the reason all of this is happening. You're the reason why those reciprocal lights are red in honor of the character Red portrayed by Kylie Cantrell, whom I think is beautiful. I want to put that out there because her talent is second to none. Without her, I don't think this Rise of Red franchise would ever have gotten off the ground. Without Ruby Rose Turner and her portrayal of the character Bridget, without Mila Baker's portrayal of the character Chloe, the daughter of Cinderella, whom is everybody's favorite Disney princess, this would have never ever happened. and most of all, to be highlighted with a highlighter pen. None of this would have ever happened or been made possible without each and every one of you. And it goes back to the original Descendants trailer, which I'm going to take the opportunity out of my night to show each and every one of you right now, because I think it's just as beautiful of a trailer 15 years later as it was 15 years ago, the better part of a decade and a half ago, when Dove Cameron got the phone call when she was on the set of another movie and literally freaked out because she had the opportunity to be a part of a cast that will go on to be one of the most inspiring casts in the history of a Disney Channel movie. While it will be argued that High School Musical was the reason for Disney Channel's success for Disney Channel original movies and series, and every other project would have faded off into obscurity, this one takes second place, in my opinion, for everything it gave us. Guys, in all honesty, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the 1,000 views that you put up on my video. Holy shit. I can't even believe that. Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for hitting the subscribe button every single time that you do. Because it blows my mind. It blows my mind every single time that I see somebody hitting the subscribe button, somebody leaving a comment, somebody hit the like button. You guys kind of make me think like I'm Batman. Remember in the Batman movie how Batman went away for a long time and, you know, all the kids were waiting for Batman to come back. All the Batman fans were waiting for him to come back. They were looking up at the sky waiting for the Batmobile to fly down and save the day from the Joker and Bane. You guys put me in mind of that. You guys pulled me out of the asylum. You know, when Batman fell into the pit. You guys brought me back, man. And, you know, I've done a lot of videos. I've done over 3,000 videos. But this is the most fun that I have ever had in my life. The most fun that I've ever had in my life. And I can't thank you enough for that. Because I don't know where I'd be tonight if not for this YouTube channel. And not for the amazing respect that you've shown this YouTube channel and shown me. Because you could be showing that same amount of respect for everybody else on YouTube. Not taking anything else away from any other creator out there. But I think this YouTube channel is pretty cool. And if anything I want you to take away from it is that every dream is possible and achievable no matter what that dream may be. So what do you say we take a few minutes and we watch this trailer together? I miss the original Descendants cast. I don't know about you guys, but I do miss the original cast. And I'm pretty much like all of you. We're in the same boat. And if we're going down together with our opinions on Descendants. So this is not the trailer that I always talk about and want to show you on my YouTube channel when I do reaction videos, but it is a really cool trailer. It is absolutely fabulous, with no disrespect coming from me for Ashley Tisdale and the fabulous number on the High School Musical soundtrack. But this trailer focuses on the 4 VK kids that were inspired by the Disney villains. If I find the original trailer that made its premiere in 2015, the original Descendants trailer that focuses on the animated villains such as Maleficent and Jafar, I will throw it up for you because they were the inspiration behind these characters. But this is an amazing trailer. I want you to watch this with me, and I hope that what you take away from this is that every dream is possible and achievable, no matter how difficult that dream may seem to be to achieve. This trailer runs for about 2 minutes in length. So if you have an opinion, you can leave it for me in the comments. You can also hit the like button, subscribe, and ring the bell to stay up to date with notifications. I can't even believe it's been over a decade since this movie premiered, and I remember all the hype that it received on Disney Channel, and it was absolutely phenomenal and nothing short of it.
There is an island prison.
An island prison? I live on an island.
That have ever lived.
I actually do live on an island. There's only 2 ways off. My plane that could crash, boat that could sink.
Maleficent. Each one has a child that has never left their side until
and a mother that has no backstory.
You're
the
gonna be
evil
crowned
queen.
king next month.
I've chosen my first official proclamation. The children of the Isle of the Lost should be given a chance to live here in Ordon.
I always like the color
You
concept.
4 have been
of
chosen
Ben's
to go
parents
to a
and
different school.
blue-
Ardon Prep.
I have blue shirts too. I don't know why I didn't wear one when I did this
Prissy
video.
pink princesses.
They allow dogs.
You are not gonna see me start doing curtsies.
this summer.
Mel was such a powerful
The next
character portrayed by
generation of
Dove
villains
Cameron.
arrives.
Dove Cameron's just so beautiful
Son
anyway.
of Jafar.
What are you doing? It's called stealing.
It's like buying whatever I want, except it's free.
Evie, daughter of evil queen.
With no backstory.
I like to think I'm Ferris to them all.
Beauty is paid.
I should have been the voiceover guy.
Carlos, son of Cruella de
We all
Vil.
miss him. He's such a
This
great
is a
guy.
vicious, rabid pack animal.
Hey, who told
He
you that?
reincarnated. I'm the dog.
And Mel,
should have been
daughter
voiced
of Maleficent. They're at their best when doing their worst.
Beware, forswear, undo.
I think everybody's at the best when they're doing their worst, even though they don't admit to it.
There's a lot more where that came from. It's all about world domination.
There's a lot more where this came from.
They will be proud of us for doing our best.
Really?
Don't ask me to
think
break
we are
up my dance
definitely
moves.
goners.
It's not happening.
Descendants, the Disney Channel movie event of the year on Disney Channel.
It definitely was
You didn't
one
know?
of the biggest. It definitely was one of the biggest movie events of the year, if not the movie event of the year. Everybody remembers Descendants. We haven't forgotten about it. And it inspired so many people from so many generations. It was absolutely incredible. I don't care who you are. Everybody's been a fan of a Disney villain at some point, or a Disney heroine at some point. There's always been a protagonist and an antagonist in these movies. So no matter what, you're always a fan of either the antagonist or the protagonist. I don't care what you say. Everybody's a fan of your favorite Disney prince, princess, villain, what have you. And it is so unbelievable. It gets me every single time. Thank you guys so much for watching this trailer with me. There's a lot more where that came from. Give me a second to switch back over, and we will close this one out. Oh, I get so emotional. I can't even believe it's been a decade since Descendants. Hey guys, check it out. I just realized it. Pluto is peeking out. He's making an appearance. For the first time ever on my podcast, Pluto makes an appearance. Oh man, this is so cool. This Logitech Brio shows you more of my scenery. Pluto is peeking out there. Hi Pluto. Pluto was always one of my favorite Disney characters of all time. And I always wanted to show you the Pluto. And I don't have to get up and get him because he's peeking out there. Hi Pluto. If you like Pluto, hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. But that was a cool That was a really cool trailer. It brought back a lot of fond memories of being a fan of the original Descendants trilogy. And who out there doesn't miss Dove Cameron? Who doesn't miss Sophia Carson? A lot of people comment on my videos and they say they miss the original Descendants cast. And I am with you on that. I miss the original Descendants cast. As much as I love the newer cast of Descendants and the upcoming Descendants 5 and Kylie Cantrell and how powerful of a representation of the Queen of Hearts' daughter Red she is given, and how powerful of a representation of the daughter of Cinderella Mila Baker is given, I miss the original cast, and boy do I ever miss Cameron Boyce. And just let you guys in a little something, I am going to be doing both a tribute for Cameron Boyce on his birthday this month, 4 days after mine. Mine falls on May 24th, and his will fall on May 28th. We will celebrate Cameron Boyce's birthday, which happened on May 28th, 1999, and I will be here on the day of his death in July, on July 9th, to do another tribute for Cameron Boyce, and we'll make that somewhat of a tradition on this YouTube channel, because I know last year, when I was distributing videos on YouTube, a lot of people used to subscribe to my channel because of my Cameron Boyce tribute videos, and that ultimately became one of the other things that I became known for and, you know, very popular for, were the Cameron Boyce tributes, so we'll do that. And we'll also celebrate, you know, things like Dove Cameron's birthday, Kylie Cantrell's birthday this summer when it comes up on the calendar. I'll cover it all for you. And of course, we got that Worlds Collide tour happening this summer, and we've got Descendants weekends, which means from Friday to Sunday there will be a Descendants or Zombies themed video, a Descendants Zombies themed video on Descendants and Zombies weekends on this YouTube channel. Last weekend benefited this channel a lot because I got a lot of new subscribers. And if you are a returning subscriber, thanks for coming back, man, because you're the only ones that can get us out of this situation. So if you're someone who is watching this video for the first time, hi, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and share this video with a friend because he or she may appreciate it. I've got some fans on this channel who are guys too, believe it or not, and I'm sure it's a little bit kind of weird that a guy is talking about Descendants and loves it as much as what you guys do, but it's really cool that you guys love my videos so much. I never ever thought that so many people would love this YouTube channel as much as what they have. Because you could be on anybody else's YouTube channel, have clicked on their thumbnail, and watch this. Man, Pluto, you look so cool! Man, I can only wish that I'm as cool as a Disney character. But guys, seriously, thank you so much. Bye, YouTube. We will do it again in a couple of days. This has been the most fun I've ever had in my entire life.